Okay, so we're going to start with 1.1 symbols and expressions. So we're going to start with the vocabulary, and variable is our first one. That's a letter that represents a number. So when you see in an equation or an expression it says X or Y or any letter you pick, that's considered a variable. It varies. It doesn't always mean the same exact number. Okay, an expression, one or more numbers with operation signs. So it has a multiplication, division, a subtraction, addition, whatever it is, but it has one or more numbers. That includes your variable because your variable represents a number. So it could be one or more numbers, or it could be a number with a variable. All right, so an algebraic expression. An algebraic expression is an expression that includes at least one variable. So for example, x minus 12 would be an expression. There's no equal sign. Substituting. So substituting is where you replace a variable with a number. So you'll get to see this when we do it, and I know you've done it before, so it's not really brand new to you. It's when I give you what the variable should equal, and then you plug it in. All right. And evaluate. This is kind of a fancy way of solve the problem. So you're going to see a couple of times where the book will use something other than solve to have you answer the question. So let's evaluate. So evaluate n minus 7 for n equals 15. So they tell you what n equals. So I'm going to rewrite it over here, n minus 7. I'm going to substitute in that 15 for n. So 15 minus 7 equals 8. So there's my answer. Okay, so let's evaluate another one. I have 18 divided by g when g equals 2. So I'm going to rewrite my problem over here. 18 divided by g. G is the same thing as 2, and 18 divided by 2 would be 9. All right. So looking at a couple of other definitions, the first one being natural numbers. Natural numbers are your counting ones that kind of come natural to you, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole numbers are those numbers including the 0. So taking those counting numbers and adding the number 0. Now, order of operations, which I hope most of you are familiar with. PEMDAS is one. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Something that you've learned how to help you remember the order of operations. P is your parentheses. M or E is exponents. Now, M and D are done at the same time. Multiplication and division. So even though they're listed as two separate things, these two work together. Done together. And then addition and subtraction act the same way. So even though they're listed separately, they're done at the same exact time. Okay, now let's try a problem. We've got, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my problem. 24 minus parentheses 12 plus 3 divided by 5. So if I'm looking at my order of operations, I look for my parentheses first. So in here I have 12 plus 3. And 12 plus 3 gives me 15. And now I can basically drop those parentheses. I look at my order of operations. There's no exponents left. I have multiplication and division. So as I'm going left to right, always left to right, I have division right here, 15 divided by 5. So 24 minus 15 divided by 5, which would be 3. So my answer would be 21. Okay. Now, kind of got that one on top of this next problem. Now we're going to evaluate when b equals 3. 14 minus b plus 5. So now, take that 3, plug it in for the b. Order of operations tells me what I do first is inside the parentheses. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And 14 minus 8 is 6.